Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome back. Thank you so much for all your support and views. I really appreciate each one of you for all your support. So today I will be discussing little about the time wasters that actually going to hunt all the time that we have during the day. Sometimes we are not seriously aware that this is how our time is getting wasted, and these things are going to be very much deeper. I know you are saying this, yeah, I'm aware that I'm using social media, that's where all my time is going. I'm watching TV, that's where all my time is going. But these are like upper layers. But I would tell you the real underlying concepts where actually your time is getting wasted. Okay, the first thing that comes as a time waster is the reason, I would say, in fact the underlying factor for the time waste is no priority for that particular day. When you lack priority, it is obvious that you might be missing on your focus. So when you don't have a proper priority for your day, I'm sure that you might be juggling too many balls into that particular day, and you might actually be wasting so much of time and energy on multiple things instead of accomplishing one particular thing very productively and effectively. So coming to the next point is doing everything by yourself. I have seen so many people who just wanted to do everything on their own. They wanted to manage the family, they wanted to manage the office work, they wanted to manage the children, they wanted to teach them as well. There are so many women or even men for that matter, they actually go ahead and wanted to do everything on their own. But remember this, it is not possible for a human being to accomplish so many tasks in a particular day only by themselves. But it is better you can actually go ahead and delegate these work, the mundane work, I would say, that to someone else. In that way you are actually saving your time and energy, and you are also creating a job opportunity for someone else as well. So this leads to our next point also. What is that? It's about worrying what people might say. Because I have seen so many working women, in fact I was there in that particular stage, and I know how I crossed that particular thing. I have seen working women saying, you know what, I wanted to take care of my family, my in-laws, and my household chores, and my office work, my children. I have to take them to the school, and of course I have to be in all the social events of my family and everything, anything and everything I have to take care of myself. I understand that, but there are some reason that you need to stop worrying about what people might say when you miss out on something. We cannot be a jack of all the tasks, so it is always better you delegate something to other person. Say for example, if you wanted to, if there are so many household chores that you wanted to do, I would appreciate better go ahead and keep a maid. You will have a piece of time. In that way you will be able to take care of that particular time with some other chores, like which is more priority to you. Like you can take care of your kids, you can spend time with your family. I'm not saying this is how you should manage, but it can be a way of managing it. So you can apply this to different situations as well, because you might be worrying, thinking, what people might say if I keep a maid, what people might think if I'm not cooking the food for my family. This is all like, you are living for someone else. So that comes to my fourth point, not living your own life. That's the actual concept which actually takes so much of our time, that eats so much of our time. We would be thinking like, what will happen to, if I do that, if I do this, am I really be appreciated, will I get blamed for something? So these kind of things actually go ahead and take so much of our time, waste of thinking all these things, right? And the next point comes is fear of failure, that can actually hold us back from doing something that we actually have to do on that particular day or particular month, or whatever it is for that matter. See, fear of failure, of course, a fear is a good thing in terms of you wanted to complete the task successfully, not that should actually hold you back, saying like, no, I'm like little scared of doing these things, it's better I will not do it. So please don't get feared of doing anything that you have to do for yourself or for your family. It's better to complete it instead of procrastinating or taking the stress of not doing it. Okay. And the most important thing, of course, I keep saying this at every video of mine, perfectionism. See, this is a real time wasting concept, because some of them I have seen, they wanted to waiting for the perfect day, waiting for a perfect time to accomplish something or do something. See, there is nothing called a perfect day or a perfect time unless you start doing anything at any particular moment. Action speaks more than your whatever that you're doing. So it is always better go ahead and do that particular task instead of keep on postponing something. So please don't try to be a perfectionist. You can actually start it and always keep improvising the things. There is nothing to stop you. Okay, that takes me to the next point. So when are you going to think about perfectionism? Because I have seen so many people, they would be repeating the same old mistakes that they have done all the time on any particular thing. So it is not a good way of handling your time, because you keep making the same mistake, knowingly or unknowingly. I would say it is not like, I would say like, that and you are doing it unknowingly as well, you might be doing. So always remember, you have to learn from your mistakes. That way you can actually be a very good decision making person, because you learn from your mistakes, and the next time when you're trying to implement something, you can actually go ahead and perfectly tweak all the mistakes that you have done the last time, and you say like, okay, last time this is what happened, let me go ahead and do it in a different way by not doing the same mistake again. Yeah, so that's one thing. And next point comes unwanted comparison. I have seen this particularly happens with women. This particular gender, I'm not saying there is not a discrimination between this, but I have seen so many women unwantedly comparing themselves with other people. See, what we are living, our life is completely different than some other people. Not two individuals are same, and not everyone's life is same. Everyone is unique, and everyone's life is different. So in that way, you have to understand that yes, of course, I have this. So this is my own life. I need to live it. So there is no way you need to compare yourself with someone else. Of course, you can compare it when you want to get inspired of someone else's decision making, some successful people who achieved something in their life. So you wanted to copy them, you wanted to model them. You can compare yourself just as a learning, not as degrading yourself or not as putting yourself down by thinking, oh, I am in this particular situation, she is in a very good thing. So it is always not going to benefit you at all. And the next point comes the unfinished task. See, when you have an unfinished task for a particular day, and even I had this habit, some years before, I always have the habit of keeping my most of my mails unopened. So that way what will happen, the next morning I will not be able to, that will take so much of energy and attention, because I will not have a decision to what to execute first. I will not be able to prioritize things, and most of my time would be, I will be thinking like, okay, I need to check my mail, I need to check all my mails that has come. But you know what, the moment you keep on thinking, actually your energy is getting drained. I'm just taking myself as an example, because we all do this, unfinished task, it eats away so much of energy and so much of time. And the next thing comes is trying to please everybody. Please, for one particular sake, we cannot make everyone happy. We need to understand something. There are people who try to, make everybody happy. They try to please everyone. It is not possible. As a human, you might be resonating with someone, you might be, you might not be in sync with someone else. It is absolutely fine, as long as those people, the people who are not resonating with you or not your family members, of course you have to worry on that particular thing. But if those people are not really important to your life, you can actually ignore them and keep moving on. Because I have seen people trying to please each and every person. That way you are losing your time and energy thinking about how can I make this person happy, at the same time live whatever that I wanted to live. This will never happen. So you need to make a smart decision. You need to come to a conclusion of how can you take a choice, right? I'm sure that I have given you 10 things that actually makes your time waste. These are like underlying concepts if you look at it. Of course, how we waste time, it always happens. Some people, like, they go on social media, keep wasting their time watching their TV and all that. Everyone does. But what is the underlying factor is, even when you're watching TV, I'm sure that you're not just watching TV, you're thinking about something else most of the time, right? So that's how we actually waste our time. We actually, even there I would say, like, you're not productive in watching that particular whatever that you wish to watch. Go ahead and sit and watch. Are you so mindful of whatever that you're doing? Not. So it is always better to understand these factors. If you are able to understand and bring some solution to these factors, you will be able to effectively use your time. And as usual, please do comment below if you like this video, and if you have little more things that you can actually add to whatever that I have already said. Alright, keep watching. Thank you.